Hello Internet, hello Eisenbahnfreunde, hello fellow modelers. Hello everyone, another video from Engaging. I know, 2 in a week and a half, it's getting a bit exciting, isn't it? I've got a couple of really nice locos to show you today. I've had this loco for about a month now, I just haven't had it on the track yet. Well, I have actually had it on the track for the last 2 days, just been running it in, etc, the usual stuff. But as you can see, I've got 2 identical locomotives here. Well, they're not identical, they are in the sense that they're both Bombardier TRAXX3 class 147s. But the one in the foreground is the 147-002/2, and the one in the rear is 147-014/5. And there's a slight difference between the two of them apart from the numbers. The sound chip in the rear one has got less functions on it. I think it's got 13 on it. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. It's 13. I've just checked on my iPad. And the one in the foreground has got 17. It's got 19 functions on, but I don't include the volume up and volume down. You can't count that as a function. It's a waste of space. So it's literally got 17 functions on it. So there are some slight differences between the two locos. The reason why I got a second one of these, I wanted one with a different running number on it, and B, I wanted to double head them. So now I can double head them with the both same locomotives, and then obviously once they've been weathered and that, they'll look totally different anyway, which is fantastic. And today I've got the front one pulling some car transporters and the rear one is pulling some passengers, which is prototypical for this particular locomotive. In fact, the one in the foreground has been released to come with the double-decker pack that's due out sometime this year for the Fleischmann pack, which is the airport pack. But I've got the equivalent on at the back, but they're regionals on the back at the moment, and they're actually 2 different regionals. The front 2 are different from the back 2, but that's another story. The sound on these locos are quite different actually. The one in the foreground, let's shut up and let's turn it on. That's the thing to do, isn't it? First and foremost, I'll turn the lights on both of them so that you can see the lights. And I'm just going to turn my light off in a minute so you can see the brightness of them when I switch it off and switch it on again. Hopefully you'll see that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap the locos around the other way so you can see the red lights on them as well. So now hopefully you can see both the red lights on the back. You're getting the shot of the one in the foreground better than you are the one in the back, because obviously my camera picks up whatever I'm looking at. So it's actually pulling the front one in first. So I'm going to jump ahead of some of the functions here just purely to get through the light thing, because F11 on both of these says he as he presses it and nothing happens. On the back one you'll have noticed that the lights have just gone out the red. So if I turn that back on, you'll see the red lights come back on again. And then if I go to F12, it changes. I'll need to turn the loco around the other way so you can see it turns it off. So it's got white lights on at the back now, and then when you press F12, it doesn't work. Brilliant. Well, that's a fail, isn't it? So let's try it on the front one. F12, right, there we go. So F12 has actually turned the front lights off, which is what it's meant to do. And let's try it again on the back one. It should turn the lights off on the back one. There we go. Let's turn it and see if it works. There they go. They go out this time. That's it. It's worked this time. So I'll turn it back on because obviously that was just for showing purpose. I'm going to turn the loco around so it's got its red light showing at the back now on the far one, and back to the red lights on this one. So that's a bit of a confusion because normally I do the numbers first, but there was a reason for doing that, and I'm hoping that it's not doing it. I thought it was going to do it, but I'm sure that it turns the red lights off and puts, depending which way it's traveling, I think when the loco's traveling forward and you put it, it puts a single white light on for a shunting light. That's what I was trying to show there, but obviously I failed blissfully. Right, let's get the sound on. The sound are quite distinctive on both of these locomotives. The one at the front, they've programmed it a lot lower than the one at the back. What I should have done really is I should have gone into my settings on my iPad, because I can do it live, and then I could have turned it up so it was the same sound level as the one at the back, but there is a distinct difference. So I'm going to put them on one at a time so you can hear it. I'm going to put the front one on first. I'm going to shut up so you can hear it. Here we go. This is F1. Right guys, that's F1. I'm going to turn it off now, and I'm going to turn the back one on. Right, that's the front one just gone off. Now the back one. Listen to this. This is amazing. For me, the back one is far stronger. It's got that real grindy sound to it. And the front one, it probably has the same. It's probably because it's quite low. It doesn't sound as intense. But I like it. They've got their own DNA, if you like. So let's turn the back one off, put the front one back on. Very distinctive and hard clanking sounds. Right, so that's its engine back up and running again. It sounds like it's had a proper tuned, lower tuned, not as noisy engine in it, but it sounds really clean, especially when it's running. It sounds good. Okay, so that was F1, F2, F2 for the other one. You can hear the loudness. It's definitely turned up higher the second one. F3. F4, front one first, and the back one. Now the air compressor is at F5. Very, very low. It automatically turns off after a 4-second period. Now I'll put the back one on. The back one's got that more sort of like airbrush generator sound. It sounds really, really loud and gurgly. I like it. F6 is inertia. Obviously, you're not going to see that. It's the same on both of them. It just reduces the speed for shunting when they're moving. F7, I'll do the front one first. What I like about Fleischmann locos when you do that is when you turn it on, it makes half the sound, and when you turn it off, it makes the other half of the sound. So that was quite loud on that. Wait till you hear it on this one. This is the back one. Now the difference between them are that on the far one, it's got a timer on it, so it clicks and it goes through the whole sequence off and on. Whereas the front one, you have to turn it on and then turn it off because it's not on a timer, and that's the difference. So there are some distinct differences between the sound chips in both of these locos, which I'm cool with. It's all good. Right, this is where we get to play with the lights at the front. I was looking for the light on the front, and now let me just turn this light off again so you can see it, guys, because this will distinguish it now. You'll see it come on. I was pushing the wrong button, that's why we won't get anywhere. Right, this is the front one. This is F8. So what you're seeing now is you're seeing the red lights going out, and you're seeing the shunting light coming on the far side of the cab, hopefully. Let me have a look at my camera. Yeah, that seems to be the case. Yep. Now I'll do the far one. It may not pick it up as well because the camera is picking up the front loco and not the back loco, because that's the prominent on the actual autofocus. But it is working, I can assure you. So again, F9, it's I think it's something to do with shunting again. I think one was inertia and this one is shunting. I think the F9 one is, forgive me a second, yeah, it's shunting mode on off. So that'll introduce the lights. I think it's a difference of the lights as well. I'm not absolutely 100% sure. No, it isn't. It's just the speed. So what will happen is the locomotive will reduce massively in speed when you use the shunting icon on F9, and that's the same for both. And then again, F10 is a screech sound. Not sure you're going to hear that, because it's not moving, so you won't hear it. So Yeah, it only works when it's going on a corner or when it's slowing down. So I'll try and get it. It's going to be difficult to hear it because it's so low on this loco going around the corner. But take my word for it, it actually works. And then F11, it's depending on which direction you're facing, it turns the lights of your red lights off at the back so that they're not shining on your coach. So you'll have seen them go off on the back one, but obviously because I've turned the white lights on at the front, you won't have seen that, but I'll turn them off at the front as well now. Let's just get it around there and turn them off. There you go. So you've probably just seen them both go off now. So that's F11 on the back and F12 on the front. And then if I turn it round the other way, the front one, it turns off the red lights at the back. So let me see what I want. Oh, that's because it's turned the other way, right? So it seems to work opposite ways on each loco. So the one at the back, that works, and the one at the front, this is very confusing. There we go. It's F12 to turn them off, and what F11 does is it turns the front lights off, which is interesting, isn't it? So if I turn it round facing the other way, this front locomotive, it'll turn both the light things off at once and then turn it facing the right way. So if we put white lights on at the front now, and then it should turn off. There we go. So the lights have gone off now. So depending on which direction it's facing, the lights are changed by F12 and F11. And F13 is this. It's a sound of a goods wagon, a train pulling goods wagons coming into the station and stopping. I'll shut up so you can hear this. Incidentally, that's what the curve sounds like when it's going around the curve, so at least you know what it sounds like. So that's on the front one. On the rear one, it's much louder. That's really fun. I do like that. I was pushing it 3 or 4 times before I started the video. I do like that. So that's all the sound functions on the rear one. There is one more sound function, which is F14, which is mute on the rear one, but I never use that anyway. And it's the same on the one in the foreground. It's F14. But then in the front one, it's F15, which is the driver cab doors. Then F16 is a station announcement in German. So usual stuff. Please get in coaches or get on the train and close the door, keep it safe. And F17, departure whistle. And that's all the sound on there. You get 18 and 19, which are lower and higher volumes, but I don't mess about with them. I don't use them at all. If anything, I'll be using the sound functions on the actual iPad to change that. Right, I'm just going to pop the other light back on and make sure that I swap the other loco so it's going the other direction as well. And then we'll drive this off. I'll show you the wagons that this is pulling. It's pulling 12 car transporter wagons of the DB and a private logistics firm. And I have to say, I do like these. You might have seen them in a previous video a couple of years, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I do like these. They're really nice. Here we go. Start it off. So I'm just going to slow it down so you can get to see them close up. Let me So the first 4 box sets are all in the original Deutsches Bundesbahn. Let me just bring my camera down a little bit so it just drops a little bit and gets in closer. There we go, so you can see it a lot better now. I'll try and keep it in autofocus as it goes past, so you can see all the writing on the side and all the small detail, because it is really cool. You're getting to see the DB logo on the side now, the Schenker. They look really smart. I bought 8 of these, but oh no, I thought it stopped. It's just must have gone over a bit of dirt. I bought 8 of these, but the handles kept coming off the side, and so I just returned them because they kept falling into the box, and I was having little yellow handles everywhere. It was getting really annoying. So it was one of them little things. I wish I hadn't sent them back now, because they are really nice wagons. I should have just glued the handles in and stopped faffing about. In future, that's what I'll do, because a lot of the handles and that they all come off all the time. Whereas on these that you're seeing go through now, these car rail logistics wagons, they're all in different colours. They're absolutely fantastic. I love the logo. I mean, look at that. We move cars. What's that all about, eh? No bullshit there, is there? I mean, look at that. That's so sharp, that logistics on there. It looks so nice. Car rail logistics. And I love the way they've colour-coded them all. So they've all got different top roof colours, and that's another reason why I've not weathered them yet. But they are going to get weathered. There's no two ways about it, because these are too clean. They need a little bit more character to them. But the way that they've put the lettering on the side of them, I think it stands out really nice. See, it's CRL is their sort of like, you know, like car rail logistics. What's going on here? It's just messing about my loco on that corner. The track's been cleaned as well, even though it's coming down. So yeah, it's CRL logistics, or CRL as the logistics. On some of them that have got We Move Cars with Care, it's got the CRL, as you'll see when it comes back through again. The item number for these, for the ones on the red, it's let me just turn this up a little bit so it doesn't stall again. It's 8374 05 06 are the red ones, and then the other ones are 837401 402 403 are the numbers. So I've got like a couple of the sales. You can see these last 3 that have just gone past are all the same numbers. They're all the 837403s that have gone through. I've got 4 sets of them, and then all the rest are different numbers from 1 to 4, obviously. So that's the car transporters. Let me speed them up a little bit better, and then we can we'll pull this other one out, and then we'll call it a day on the video. So for a change, I put some passengers on this next one. I need to turn my camera up a little bit, just lift it up a little bit so you can see it, guys. It'll auto focus on it then, so you can see how big it went quickly then. I'll stick the sound on, and then what I'll do is I'll bring the other one back round, and we'll pull that in and hold it, and then you'll see this one fly around, and then obviously it'll be pretty much game over then. And these are pulling regional double deckers, which are prototypical for this kind of loco. In fact, the loco, the front loco, is actually a part of a set of the Fleischmann set, which is these red double decker coaches, which are probably going to be released sometime this year by Fleischmann, I hope. And I've got the normal 4. Usually I have 4 or 5 of these on with an end coach with rear lighting on it, obviously. I'll pop it round so you can see the red light at the back as it goes through. My camera's a little bit high, but we'll try and focus in here and get it on the back of the cab. There we go. You can see the red lights at the back. This camera's amazing. You can pick a gnat up at 50 yards, it's ridiculous. Right, and the other one is coming back in, so let's say goodbye to that as it shoots off in the background. Bring my camera back round, and we'll catch the one as it comes in now. I've got this on a tripod today, the camera, because I can't hold it, it's too heavy for me. Weighs a ton. Right, so it's just coming into focus any minute now. It should be coming. Here we go. And that, my friends, is a Bombardier TRAXX3 from Fleischmann. And when I get focused on it properly, that would be ideal, wouldn't it? And that is the old Schenker car transporters. I think they look really cool. Let me pull this back a little bit so I can line it up with the other one as it comes back in. There we go. Sweet. Nice and solid. Right, the other one's coming back in now. My next video, which will be in a couple of days' time hopefully, is going to be of a non-sound loco from Hobby Train, and it's got some new wagons with it to add to them. Some flatbacks, which I ordered last year, that came about October. I haven't shown them yet, but I will be showing them with this new loco. I've just had a new chip put in it from Lens, and it's a rather stunning G1000BB. I can't wait to show it to you guys. I'm gonna look for a sound chip for it, because I've put the Lens chip in it up to now, but kind of wish I'd put a sound chip in it straight away, to be honest. Right guys, so there's the 147s parked up together. Let's get a bit of a better shot from that. Let's just pull it back a bit. I'm just pulling my camera back. It's going to jerk a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. But I want you to see both of them in the picture. There we go. That's better, isn't it? So that's my 147s. And they will be double heading at some stage. Hopefully, once everything's done here. Like I mentioned to you before, this is going to be the last run of videos for a while, because my wall's getting pulled down. It was supposed to get pulled down on the 11th. It's been rearranged to the 19th due to work schedule from the builder. But that's when everything kicks off. So all this is going to be pulled down. What I might end up doing is I might end up putting a track on the floor, because it'll just be a floor in here. Then there won't be no furniture or nothing in here. So if I've got anything to show in the future, I'll probably do a kneeling on the floor video until I start building what I'm going to be building in the coming months. This is the start of a project, so it ain't going to happen overnight, guys. I'm going to probably try and build a diorama even, so that I can do at least a video on any new stuff that I get, even though you're not going to see it flying around a track or anything. You know, you'll get to hear sound functions and see things. Talking about new items, when I show that G100 on my next video, I'll be showing some new Fleischmann gondolas that I've just got. And I have to say, I don't know if you've seen the latest Fleischmann video, biggest load of tripe I've ever seen in my life. They go on about how fantastic the company is and all that, about the quality. It's the biggest lot of fake news I've ever watched on a video in my life. I made a comment on it, and I think they're starting to delete the negative comments off it. I just find it's a joke. They go on about how cool the company is and all that, about all the nice people that work there. They might all be very nice people, but some of them haven't got a Scooby-Doo what they're doing. I mean, the quality assurance, how they've even got any staff in there, they should have all been sacked, in my opinion, because 90% of the stuff they're sending out at the moment is shocking. I've just sent back a beige and purple BR218. It was crap. It wouldn't even run properly. It was jerky as hell. It was like a Morris Minor from 1909. You know what I mean? It was shocking. I've sent back the last BR103 that I did. So many issues on it, which were just quality control issues. So the cab lighting, the pantograph shaky on the front, the pantograph wires were bent. If you go and look at the video, you'll see the like washing lines where they should be dead straight. Oh, the list goes on and on and on. So I've just fired it back and replaced it with some goods wagons, because there's no more Fleischmann locos coming out until later on in March or something like that. I'm kind of hoping that the BR103 in the red, in the original red with the double vents along it, isn't of the same ilk as the 103 I've just sent back in the beige brown or beige purple. But anyway, enough gabbing on about rubbish. Go and check that Fleischmann video. If you're a Fleischmann fan and you like the stuff, go and watch the video and leave your comments on about it, because they need selling. They need to wake up. Talking the talk and walking the walk are two different things, and at the moment for me, Fleischmann are doing a lot of talking and they're not doing a lot of walking. And I've been very critical of them, even though I've been collecting their stuff for many, many years. The quality has gone from a 10 down to a 4. It's so shocking. I mean, saying that, the gondolas that I'm going to show the coal wagons that I'll be showing in my next video on the back end of the hobby train, I've got to say that I'm really impressed. And if that's the quality of stuff that's coming out in the future, hoorah, because that's what we want to see. They've actually gone back to the CAD and they've done the business, and I'm going to compare it to one of the original ones, and then you can see the difference between the two. And it needs to happen. They need to do that. I mean, they brought out some really nice wagons over the last 12 months. Some of the gas tankers that they brought out have been amazing. I'm still quite critical about the petrol tankers because they've got the if you look back on my VTG video, my black tankers, they had like a line down the middle of it where the mould had joined, and it's just pathetic. They should put the mould at the top and the bottom. So all these little things are adding up to some of the disappointing things on the Fleischmann. Anyway, look, I'm ranting now. I'm kind of like a moaning old pensioner. Pensioner I am, but I don't want to be a moaner. I just want to be factual about what's going on and keep you guys up to date with where we are with them, because if you want to buy a product, you want to know that you're buying quality, you're not buying garbage. And at the moment, I can't recommend Fleischmann. This 147 is impeccable, nothing wrong with that at all, apart from me not setting it up properly and making it a bit louder so you could hear it on the video, because my mic has to pick that up, and I don't want to turn my mic up too much because you'll hear a buzzing sound. So obviously I'm trying to keep it all well balanced with the camera, etc, etc. But anyway, thanks very much for watching my video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I know it wasn't a lot, and I know it could have been better. I'm just going to let this pull out so you can see it for one last time, and then I'm gonna call the video. The actual item number for the locomotive is, I keep doing this, keep forgetting to put it on the English one, put it on the German one. It's 739072, and the locomotive at the back is 379071. They are about, but they're very rare to get hold of, the 071. Obviously there's a few more of these still hanging around. They're still on the website if you're looking to get one. And I do like the Bombardier TRAXX3s. I think they are smart locos. I think they did a rail pool one, which I also bought, which I love. I think it's brilliant. I hope they bring another rail pool out with the same colour of another one of them as well, so I can double head a pair of them. So here's the oh, they've gone past already. I was going to say here's the car logistics. Let's see if I can get it again. See if I can get it in my camera so you can see what I'm on about. Where's it gone? There it is. See it there? CRL on the side of the so we move cars with care, and it's got CRL on the side of it. I think that's really cool, actually. Anyway, that's it, guys. Once this has gone through, I'll be calling it today with a video, and you'll be watching my guys down there having a bratwurst, who've been there eating bratwurst. I'm surprised they've not put a lot of weight on, to be honest. But Otto there with his mates. So have a great weekend. This is Thursday. January the whatever date. I've got a Scooby-Doo what day it is, because I'm retired, so I don't even look at my clock anymore. I don't even know what time it is. It's in the evening sometime. But this weekend that's coming up, hope you have a nice weekend, guys. Hope you got loads of toys and goodies from your family, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, goodbye.